Looking forward to seeing these logos in the in-game UI.
Tire cow.
Well, let's get into it. Let's take a look at our first ban. ZQWE is starting out on defense, so they get the first and final bans. Attempt number on attack, so they get the 2 middle bans there. Attackers get knocked out of the way first, defenders second. ZQWE making their first pick, and it is...
Lion.
Makes about as much sense as you'd expect.
Okay. We all saw Parallax love Lion. And also the last one, the guy said, I love Lion. You got to get him out the way, man. Next one, Capital. That was pretty fast.
Yeah, Capital obviously proving a lot of use recently with his expanded capabilities. Obviously got a little bit of a kind of side buff as the range on the bolts was expanded, but the effectiveness, at least the asphyxiation bolt, was nerfed. Mira going to get knocked out next, which makes a lot of sense for Border once again, as we expect Mira to bring a lot of utility to the table, especially on those first 2 sites that often get played quite a bit. So her being knocked out of the way will add a little bit less pressure to the attackers, and speaking of which... They're going to make their last ban right now. Well, actually, it's ZQWE making their last ban. But either way, Maestro going to get knocked out. So Echo, once again, being left in play. We're continuing on with that trend.
Yes, and Mira, I believe, last time I saw the statistics, she was the most banned defensive operator out there. You have to get rid of her. She's
Mira?
a nuisance to get rid of, yeah.
Yeah.
Easily. But Capital pretty much stepped in and took the place of Ying ever since she got that nerf. And he's been an instant ban, especially with his recent buff. Whenever he's on the map, he's a factor. But let's take a look at the operator so far. And I love it when we see it. Mozzie is in play. Anthony is going to be the guy on that operator. And
that's not even the interesting part. Look at the site.
Bathroom Intelligence. We never see it.
For Border, right?
Yeah. It's always start off on like Armory and Archives.
Yeah, literally. Like, I think it's the first time I've ever seen a Border game not start on Armory Archives.
All right, so
it's not even workshop either, right? We're going to like the 3rd point in the triangle right from the start. So this is going to be interesting. A bold move from ZQWE.
Yes, so also when it comes to this site, you're going to have to make sure you get the 2nd floor taken care of. You want to make sure that office and archives are definitely taken care of as well, because the roamers, it's going to be their job to make sure that they make sure that attempt number, they don't have so much access to shoot down and destroy, the anchor and whatnot. The Mozzie play is going to be ideal. Jay says that Anthony is one of the most clutch players on the team and that he basically hits his shots. So, with him being on Mozzie, utilizing P10 Roni, he's going to have to do exactly that. But here it goes. The action phase finally underway. Let's see what happens.
He's rocking that new Pro League set, I see. Nice job. Not going to be able to see it there for a few months, so might as well use it now. Carlito and the rest of the team making their approach over to the south balcony first. They'll swing in here for a control to start off the round, and Carlito, having to be a little bit careful, almost loses his drone right there. He's still going to be able to push forward. They are still going for armory control, or at least Carlito is. Should have 1 or 2 players with him. He's going to try to move himself in, gets the spot of the half-wall player, and he's just going to dip, actually.
Oh. Yeah, Prompted definitely moving in, but he's got to be cognizant about that kill hole. I don't know if you saw, but there's a really big bullet hole on that wall, and he was peeking from it. He moved out the way, going more towards the archive side of things. Being droned out currently, yeah, attempt number, they're not wasting any time getting in here at all. There's little to no defense right now to stop them from entering this site.
Well, thankfully, this is just the beginning for them. Armory is not going to be as crucial of a point of the map for these guys to take control of. This will be a big nade if it works. A little off the mark from the looks of it, but it should still get rid of the terrain in the way, along with opening up a possibility for a toss down. Prompted finds the first lineup, but there's an immediate trade coming in from Subarctic. He'll take a little bit of damage in response to it, but not enough to where he needs to fall back. He can still hold that angle for a little bit longer. Prompted, though, gonna try to put an end to this, but he's not going down without a fight. In fact, he ends up killing himself with the nade.
He stole his kill. Subarctic worked so hard for that. The roaming Jaeger is able to hide long enough, hiding behind the shield, hiding to make sure he didn't get fragged out by that nade, and he was able to pick up 2 kills. Technically 1. But that was really good for ZQWE so far in this defensive play.
And again, the defensive play overall, the gambit to go to this site has paid off and might give ZQWE a little bit of a boost at the beginning of this matchup. We'll see, of course, they still need to close out on this round, and there's the tying kill from Flack, so it's not over just yet. So we're going to start to see them inch closer and closer to the site now. Attempt number already right on the outside. They never fully cleared the 2nd floor, though, and that's going to be an issue as ZQWE still has 2 players up there that could drop down on them if they attempt to execute. You can see Benji looking for those players now. Without anyone else really upstairs to circumvent these players, it's going to turn into a problem, and that's what Lehman's trying to figure out now, but he can't even get through there. It's blocked off by Castle.
So Lehman's in at full health. Thatcher sitting at only a quarter health right now. It's going to be extremely vital that he makes every single HP count at this point on. You're going to have 30 seconds left, and IQ pretty much sitting in the same spot. She's waiting for a lurker to pretty much peek his head out where she can go ahead and get a headshot. Now coming down to 25 seconds, the gameplay is slowed down even more than expected. It's almost as if Benji knows that there's a person right above that hash.
Here we go. It's all come down to this. They have no chance anymore. They have to execute right now, otherwise time is not going to work out for them.
Yeah.
First attempt at a plant might actually go off uninterrupted. Remember, they have a lot of players upstairs. They don't have a lot of people downstairs. It gets interrupted, though. Does not make its way onto the ground. We're all the way down to just Benji at this point. The other two players still with control upstairs. He does not put the bomb onto the ground, or the diffuser, excuse me, onto the ground in time to stop the timer. So goes over to ZQWE, and the interesting site choice for round one pays off.
The Cow Tower boys picks up the first round, and you love to see it. And now we're going to go back to some sites that we're familiar with, Armory and Lockers and also Archives. And pretty much picking the operators that we expect on pretty much every matchup. IQ is pretty much essential pick, with Echo coming into play now. But Ash, Thatcher, Buck, definitely vital if there's going to be second floor sites, because him utilizing those skeleton keys, he can shoot from underneath, maybe pick up a kill, but he can open up holes in the floor and throw frag grenades and hope to pick up a pick or two before his team takes over the site. But Mozzie in play once again. That was a pretty good hold by ZQWE. Even though they weren't contested heavily up top, after Subarctic got those beautiful 2 kills in Armory, that pretty much opened the way for them. It burned a lot of time and made attempt number pretty much abandon going for the roamers, and it forced them to go straight to the site. Now, it was pretty questionable that they gave up that early and went to the site, because of the fact that when they abandoned the roamers, they surrounded the site and they burned a lot of time to get in there.
And it's a really good example, in case anyone is wondering why clearing the roamers is such an essential part of winning a round like that. Even when you have like even manpower to 3v3, that round pretty much demonstrates that point exactly. Because they pretty much lost the round by not continuing to push upstairs and not by trying to force those.
I agree. Yeah, because the one guy that had an issue, I believe, it was Benji, who was on IQ. He was waiting for the guy above hatch, and if you cleared out the roamers on top floor, he wouldn't be focused. He wouldn't be tunnel vision on that one area the entire time. It was, I believe he stared at that hatch for a good 45 seconds.
Yep, almost a minute. There was, I believe, like one other person in the actual site too, so that was also the cause of delay with it.
Yeah.
But really, it was the players upstairs just constantly hovering over the top-down holes that made such a huge threat for the health of the remaining members of attempt number, and as such, they couldn't really advisably push into that site.
And when it comes to taking a site or pushing it into an area to clear out roamers, they had one lane. They were coming straight from that one balcony. They didn't circle around to come from Archives as well. They didn't even attempt to pinch him at all. And it made it pretty easy for Subarctic to just hide, be patient, pick up the first kill along with the second. But they're going to try things once more, coming from the same route.
Got control of CCTVs. They do have some ground to work with this time, but the problem again is going to be getting into the site here. Thankfully, they don't have to worry about the vertical play as much as they did in the previous round. There could still be some issues, but it's much, much less likely that they would run into any problems here if they just go straight for the site, which, obviously, as you can tell here, is the plan. And Carlito's going to strike first on the Ash. Picks up a frag against the Echo very early on in the round two. Gives them a little bit more freedom to work with time here. They don't have to worry about clearing out yokais.
Yeah, it's going to be a big play, and with a few EMPs going out from Flack, who's on Thatcher at the moment, he can knock a yokai down, and that'll be it. Yokai won't have the verticality vanish to be able to peek out people coming in towards the site. So that was such a huge kill for attempt number. But can they act on it? Now coming down to less than a minute and 15 seconds, and we're already getting yet another plant. With the C4 coming out, he's going to miss the mark. His 2 straight kills come from the entire Cowboys. We see Toxic Smoke now covering the entrance towards the site. This is where attempt number, they're going to be delayed momentarily.
Trying to work this angle. Benji's going to find himself an easy pickup against Anthony. Crawls right into the small office, but fails to check past the scanners. So Jay, once again, picks up the trade, keeping control of the round under ZQWE's favor here, but still 40 seconds left to go. Good amount of time to play with. They've got a cross angle on this one too by playing into the windows, and it's actually safe for Flack to move in at this point, so he's going to hop in. He'll take that second angle. Problem is, Jay knows they're coming. He heard the rappel in. He knew the execute was just seconds away, so he takes the challenge. He runs out. It's 2 more kills. I think that's 3 overall on the round.
Wait, look at this. It looked like, when you're about to do something with your friend, you're like, all right, we're going to do this on the count of 3. And it looked like they said 3 at different times and both ran in and lost 1 by 1. Great play Great play from Jay. I'm just going to call him Jay. Yeah, great play from Jay, especially the smoke. It actually made me nervous because we're around 30 seconds left. He still had 2 canisters, and he didn't back him into a safe position. He held his ground. So that type of confidence is going to make or break you. Or as my friend Demo says, you either make the play or the play makes you. Shout out to my European casters out there.
And it's another interesting site choice here from ZQWE, as they're going to go down to customs and inspection instead of, again, following what we would normally expect from teams and go over to Workshop for their third and final site. So Workshop's going to be avoided completely, as they can go back to tellers after this one if they want to. So we'll see.
This is a problem with going against teams that you don't have a lot of film with, a lot of film against. They throw in unpredictable looks at you. You don't expect to go to these type of sites. You don't expect some of the strategy that they throw around to you. And a little pause momentarily. We're going to get things back up to speed.
Jay's got to spin up his hard drive there.
Wait, is that the problem?
He's loading.
Jay.
I've never seen this before.
So Jay's Walmart connection isn't loading up fast enough, but it's going to be here soon.
He's running on those America Online CDs,
His hamster is out of juice. Get him a Mountain Dew game fuel. Speed it up. Please.
Jeez.
That was such an exciting conclusion to that round, and he's stalling us. It's such a tease.
Dude's on a 100 gigabyte hard drive from 2009 or something like that.
They need a sponsor to buy him a computer.
Oh, okay. So it looks like he did disconnect. It was getting a bit into the ridiculous range of loading times. Was wondering when we were going to get that RH call. So just need our admins to confirm it. And we just got it confirmed. All right, so it's going to be a rehost, folks. He finally dropped out of the game, so it looks like we're heading back to the game. So back at it again.
Start the game.
But yeah, I feel like they could have a lot of success if they just tried to play quick. They're already playing really fast, but they just I don't know if it's the fact that they need to try and set up a pinch so the main push feels a little bit more confident to actually go into the site, or if they just need to tell whoever the IGL is just needs to tell their players just don't be afraid to die.
No,
just
not
take
at all.
A duel.
Well, the one thing they do have going for them, they're not winning the rounds just because of the operator selection. I can't chat. Help me out. I can't name a round where Echo or Smoke changed the game off of utility.
There hasn't been any game-changing ability use so far. It's all just been in general meta play. I just thought of this actually because we've been kind of ignoring the drone aspect of this too. I'd be really curious because I keep noticing that attempt number doesn't really get too far into sites or anything. And I think that is also a large part of the reason why they don't have the confidence in their pushes. Because it's always hard to tell, right, with the spectating POV that we get. But I honestly don't think that their drones are getting into that effective any positions. So they also are just suffering from a lack of intel on execute.
Yeah,
that's hurting with the roam clear and that final execute too.
Yeah, when you have Mozzie running around with those pests and also mute jammers, gathering intel is going to be harder than ever. And Jay's hard drive is, I feel like he needs to rub it, give us some TLC, kiss it.
Blow on it.
Hey, stick with this.
N64 style.
Blow on it.
So obviously he disconnected again. We have not seen a call for rehost in the chat, so this round is still live as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, if I'm a tip number,
all right, we just got to confirm this round is live, so it's going to keep on playing, folks.
Yes. So we see Buck on the second floor. We see a lot of verticality play coming from him, but he's going to be right in the thick of the action. So with the door currently being breached, you have some shots coming through, being traded left and right, but nothing is going to connect so far as all players currently have full health. But Prompted, being patient, you see the outline, he knows exactly where the gunfight's going to be coming from, and with a little bit of pre-fire through the wall, he's not going to be able to get the wall bang, but Benji is going to get the first blood.
Flock will be their second laner, however, to trade that back against Carlito. This is going to get a little bit interesting now, since ZQWE is obviously working with a man down. Flock, where are you going? He's running way around.
Doc is now playing.
He's going on a little bit of a road trip there, but he made it out safe. However, he's got to get past this hallway, now it's a problem. A lot of players hiding out near main stairs. Made it over to Workshop at a minimum, so still in good shape for now. But you can be sure attackers are going to hunt him down real quick.
I've never seen a 3-speed run so fast in life, but he made it there, man. He was detected and was like, hey, we getting out of here. But a little bit of drone playing, there it goes. Intel denial immediately.
I love how Prob just immediately shot it. It was like, you're dead to me now, get out of here.
You traitor. But Subarctic, he knows that the verticality play is coming from Buck, and Buck utilizing a skeleton key. See, he's opening up this entire site right now. They're going to have a clear view. Yes, the hatch is being reinforced, but it's not going to matter. Those metal bars are going to protect him momentarily if the shots miss momentarily, but hey, this is going to be it. We're coming down now to a minute left, and with another wall opening up, all lanes are going to be open for attempt number.
Oh, Flock barely making it out with that one. Still got all 3 stim shots as well, so he's going to be good to go in a second here. Subarctic trying to hide in plain sight, and it works, so he's going to make it out of that one. ZQWE again, somehow staying alive in this one. The execute once more stalling out for attempt number, costing them deeply. Plant gonna go down, they can interrupt this. Oh no, I think that Yokai got shut out the last second, but the runouts from Flock, the second one, gets him the pick on the planter. And ZQWE still stay in this.
This is it. Tower Cowboys down to player and Jay, but still, they're holding on. You still have Echo, you still have Dot. 2 great players with great ACOGs attached to their guns, and Flock is able to clear up a kill.
What a god!
The double kill comes through as Benji. It's a victim of a headshot. That's an ace! Flock got an ace. Whew. Doc.
What an absolutely insane round from Flock. And we are going to jump out of game with
often. Jay, can Jay stick with us this time?
Heavy
Please.
breathing.
Jay, we need you.
Don't do it, Jay.
We need you, Jay. All right, he's here.
I mean...
All right, bathroom tellers.
I mean, do we need him, though?
Maybe not. Listen, you got Flocka going hard in the paint right now. He's really all they need, getting that ace. Just in case you guys are tuning in for the first time, right now, ZQWE, the Tower Cowboys, being up 3-0, attempt number, they're fighting right now. It's not looking good right now. ZQWE, they're throwing a lot of different looks at him. The roam play has been interesting as well, and you know, you have to applaud them. It's working, and they're being passive. They're making attempt number play at their pace, which is so important at this level of play. But now that we're back in the game, Jay is here. He hasn't dropped out yet. It's a 5v5, so attempt number losing 5v4. You have to pick it up now.
Let's see if they're going to be able to do that. All eyes, at least from my perspective, we're going to be on attempt number on this one to see how they change up their game plan. It's really all on them to bring this back. ZQWE have been stunting on them for the last 2 to 3 rounds now, and are going to continue to try and make that kind of an impact. I see no reason why ZQWE would change up their game plan. They're going to keep rolling the same way here. It's up to attempt number to change their fate, and they're going to start out with that. Flock, maybe a little bit too much confidence after the last round. He's going to go running out onto the balcony and gets immediately shut down. Nearly kills Benji for it, but not enough.
Yeah, Bandit was able to flex his new skin as he gets taken out almost immediately within the first 15 seconds of the round. With the drone play happening, this is something that we're not being accustomed to lately because of all of the drone denial. But with the Bandit being down, it's going to be one roamer out of the way. Pretty aggressive spawn peek, by the way. But prompted, it's going to look towards Armory. It's going to be a guy towards his right. It's going to be 3 players up top, and with Skeleton Keys opening things up, getting some line of sights. Let's see if we can pick up a kill or 2.
Let's see. Got attempt number moving in. Let's see, we're going to be on an interesting site for these guys to play into. So it's up to attempt number to see if they can work their way into this. Prompted and the others once again pushing their way into Armory first off. It's him along with Ash grouped up. Might be 1 or 2 other players with them as well. For now, the focus is on that. And defense, again, is incredibly centered on their sites, specifically the upstairs portion of it. They do not want to give that ground up. This is how they won this site previously, and they're looking to do it once again.
They're so strong on Archives and Officers. With the C4 going, the Kobe is definitely going to work. Layman is going to be taking out the game, but it's going to be... Did he use any of his exothermic charges yet?
I don't
believe so. So that was a huge kill.
I think he was about to put one down on the hallway, so
yeah,
it's denied. We're going to see a few more trades, though. Bring it back down into an even situation, a 3v3, but just like that, Carlito brings attempt number back into the round here. One more player upstairs, I believe 1 downstairs as well. So going to try to hold on to this site. Keep the match rolling. Try to swing this back. A nice angle taken by Carlito, though, as he picks up the double. Knocks out Anthony. Leaves it all into another clutch situation. Subarctic gonna have to pull off a 1v3 to keep ZQWE flawless.
Blame Jay. He put his team on ice. They had to take a little timeout while he got back in the game.
Oh.
And now it looks like attempt number might pick up the first win, but dropping down the hatch wasn't the best decision as Subarctic drops right into the sights of Carlito. Attempt number finally wins an attacking round. 1-3.
Again, it's Carlito finding most of the impact on it there. A triple kill in the round for him. Good stuff on the pickup. Finally, they did a great job of dealing with the roamers. Drone presence looks like it's improving quite nicely as well. So maybe this is the turnaround point for attempt number. Those few rehosts might have given them the discussion time they needed to figure out what was going wrong.
But you have 2 more rounds of your ZQWE if you want to go ahead and extend that lead on defense before you start to play a tip numbers game. Like I said, a lot of solid meta that's been proven over the years at top level. So taking a look at the operators that's been chosen, the intel is going to be there. You have intel denial plus, potential intel on your side if you're able to hack a drone with Mozzie. Echo's going to be in play, of course, and also Valkyrie. So IQ is going to be vital. She's going to be essential. You have to keep her alive, and Benji, he knows what he's doing. Ex-professional player. We saw him shoot out the Yokai drone, which helped his teammate almost plant the diffuser before you saw the ace happen coming from Flock. But yeah, Benji, he's going to have a lot on his plate this round.
Let's see once again if a temp number is going to be able to keep, or at least start to build up a little bit of a streak into their favor, or once again ZQWE meant to take the mantle on this one by taking a second Armory Archives round for themselves.
So, we're going to have Gridlock play. Have you seen Gridlock play on this map yet?
On this map, no.
I see her a lot on Cafe and whatnot. She's starting to become pretty much a staple in starting lineups. The track stingers are actually extremely useful. Seeing her put to use right now is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, she's proven to be, like, especially when combined with Nomad, like roaming presence just gets destroyed.
Yes.
You just can't do it. Because you either have to deal with air jabs on walkout, or you have to spam your gun to get rid of all of those track stingers, because if you try to melee them, you're going to be there all day. Like, you're going to spend half the round just getting rid of those so you can push on Lyric. And by that point, someone would have come back to check anyway, so.
Nice security room instantly being cleared out. You see Bug just making use of skeleton keys, opening up all types of lanes, and Jay slowly peeking up over an Armory. Little does he know, he has about 4 people who's going to be around the other side of this wall. So it's going to be up to Thermite. I believe there's no Jaeger in play, no Kaid, so Thermite's not going to have a direct counter to him at all. So instantly opening up another lane into Armory. Attempt number, they're looking to get this first pick.
Mozzie's still going to open up part of the floorboard now that they've been able to push their way in through West Wall. I see Carlito use both of his breaching charges as well, just to try and deal with barbed wire and hopefully flush at anyone that might have been behind the half wall. Won't get anyone this time, though. We're going to still see, this is the part where attempt number messed up before, is they weren't able to push in past this wall.
No.
But you can see they're already starting to throw down track stingers. They've got the main door run out covered, and they've thrown one directly inside of Armory. So there should be one more to use on Execute.
Getting past this wall is going to be harder than ever, because now they know that Mozzie is underneath, and that Mozzie's actually waiting for them to take foot onto this potential site. So they're going to have to tread lightly. Down underneath a minute and 20 seconds now. You have no picks yet. Everybody has their health, but slowly but surely attempt number, they're starting to push in. But yeah, Jay, he's on a pretty aggressive position at the moment.
The track stinger specifically blocked off half wall, so they're not going to be able to push in from there. Oh, we're going to see Anthony. Nice C4, stops the plant. There's also 2 Toxic Babes down on the ground right now. One more can be chucked out by Smoke. Oh, Anthony, so close to a lineup there, but Carlito is able to find Flock, so it's an even trade at the end of the day. Down to a 4v4. 50 seconds, though. They need to restart this soon. They can hear the noise now. Should be able to throw it on Toxic Babe, but no, not even going to be needed. Jay just spams through the softball, immediately takes out Flack. There's a good read here from Wimpy onto the run-up by main stairs, but it's not going to get caught. It gets traded instead by Subarctic. And Jay's going to find yet another kill here by the western wall. Onto the M590 for the last one as he pops it right into IQ's chest. Just testing the crouch button there for a second as well. And ZQWE bounced it right back at 4-1.
I'm going to say that Jay was definitely the MVP of this round. Just audio cue, the basics of the game. He waited behind that reinforced wall, and the moment he heard that diffuser open up and start to get planted, he was like, okay, I know exactly where he's planting at. That's the default plant spot. Got the easy kill, backed up. Next thing you know, Tower Cowboy, ZQWE, ZQWE, they're up 3-1. Easy win, easy attempt, and hey, attempt number, they're not looking hot on attack right now at all.
Well, thankfully, they only have to suffer through it for one more round here as we're heading into the final round of the first half. 6 pick on 2. There we go. Jackal. That's what we're going to see Flack move over towards this time. Still the same role overall, just a different style.
And you know what's actually interesting? Attempt number knew that Mozzie was down low as well, and they didn't bother to even attempt to clear him out. And yeah. I don't know, it was odd. But that run up from Metal Stairs was pretty big when it came for that kill. I believe it was Carlito.
Yep.
Yeah, 5 kills. Jeez, Carlito's been going off. that almost opened things up for attempt number, but he was unable to really win it out and, you know, kill more members for his team to run in. So that was it. ZQWE looking to go 5-1 right now, extending their lead, extending their streak. Attempt number, they're having problems in every way possible, and it's all starting from the top, clearing out those roamers.
Let's get into our final round of the first half, folks. A 5-1 is incredibly likely. We are headed down into a much more open site with a lot easier access for the attackers going through jail. So still a lot of room here for attempt number to at least get a second round and try to bounce back into this on their defensive half. Let's see if they can do it. Once again, it's been that execute. They've had no problem getting to the site, just been getting onto it and actually getting the plant onto the ground. That's been the problem.
And also, ZQWE, you're going to have to respect every single player in this team. I believe that almost everybody, 3 out of 5 so far, has had a round to where they took over themselves. It's not one player, it's not top heavy and whatnot. There's the players getting a 2K that's absolutely changing the game. You know, Flock with the ace. You saw Jay actually go big as, I believe it was Smoke and Mute. And it's all around great gunplay from every single player, and they're clutch in every moment that's presented to them. But already in office, excuse me, CCTV prompted is, I believe he got that down.
He's gonna get himself back up though.
Yeah, but Wimpy peeks up and says, hey, Flack, take a seat. The headshot. It's gonna take Jackal out the game.
So no counter roam anymore. They've been able to deal with that early on in the round.
No smoke grenades as well.
Flock gonna stim himself past 100 HP for a second here. Now's the time to take a peek. Not gonna do it though, so it does waste the extra 20 or so HP, and they could have used in a fight. Gonna get rid of that jammer down below in jail to hopefully give his team access. Remember, they're still on the thermites, and probably gonna use them to pop open that wall by jail and then get into this site. Besides that though, again, same problems here in the early round for attempt number. They get, you know, there's the access to the site they needed, but now they just need kills and they need to clear the roaming presence. Otherwise, they're not really gonna be able to confidently push this like they've had an issue with, you know, in like 3-4 of the rounds.
There's no real estate taken whatsoever by attempt number. You have all players live on ZQWE, and it's slow. You have 1 minute and 15 seconds now. What are you gonna do? But Subarctic just waiting patiently. But Benji has a player that's prone to his right. But with that toxic canister going out, they know exactly where that's coming from. With that sneaky peek, he knows exactly where they are. But inch by inch, you see that player creeping up, hoping to get another line of sight for that headshot.
Yokai got shot out there too, so they do lose one of their Yokais and trying to get a little bit of extra intel.
Yeah, Jay's going to play safe. He's going to back right on up. But he still is going to have that peek on him to make sure they don't inch up any further.
40 seconds left. We need to see attempt number move in soon. They catch one player crossing.
Oh,
what a clutch shot on the M590 from Jay. Scoped into Benji and bye-bye. It stops the plant. Now he needs to watch out for his own HP. Carlito, in the meanwhile, pushing main door, has success in knocking out Anthony by the supply closet. That's brought us down again into a 3 versus 3. But with 20 seconds left, Carlito needs to step up the pace here. He's picked up another kill that might have opened the opportunity for a plant. In fact, it does. It eliminates Jay, gets rid of the hold against them. Plant's going to go onto the ground. Carlito with another kill as he continues to pretty much single-handedly bring his team back into this right now. And now it's all on Wimpy. A 1v3. He's already lost, as far as I can tell, both of his Yokais. Not that he'd really be in a position to use them right now. This is going to look pretty desperate for him. There you go, Carlito with, I think, 4 kills on the round. Picks up Wimpy. Closes out on a second one for his team overall in the half to end 2-4.
That was unfortunate, man, because Jay, his shot with that shotgun was pretty insane. The guy knows what he's doing, but he waited in the same spot and he was extremely patient with the intel that was gathered from attempt number. Nobody was guarding main door going in the server. And so all it took was a simple rotation to take Jay out, you know, from a long-range shot. Once Jay was taken out, it was pretty much, you know, a gimme for a free plant, which left Echo all by himself. But now we're going to go into halftime, which means the sides are going to be switched. We're going to see how attempt number uses, you know, their pace to their standards when it comes to slowing down ZQWE.
All right, let's get into it, folks. Guys from attempt number. We're going to start things off a little bit more traditionally here as they head over to Armory Archives for their first site choice. So let's get in and see if the defensive side for these guys is going to be a little bit better. They started to recover much, much better by the end of the half. And you can see here, once again, our round breakdown. ZQWE dominating at the beginning. Some signs of strife towards the end there. As the attempt number was finally able to properly adjust and either properly clear roam or, once again, managed to pull off some heroics, mainly coming from that Ash, constantly picking up kills in a 4K, specifically in the final round of the half.
It was mostly patience coming in from the later rounds. Attempt number, they took their time. They weren't rushing in blindly in the gunfights. They shot for each other, so to say, you know, utilizing those angles and callouts, especially to take out Jade for that one important kill. So now it's up to ZQWE on attack to see what they can do. And with the Jackal coming into play early, that's going to be big. You know, utility is always going to be on your side, but it's those Inox goggles, clearing out roamers, plus a really good gun on your end with the C7E. This will be all about setting the tone starting from this first kill. But with Smoke and Echo in play, the anchor game is going to be stronger than ever. So attempt number, they have great operators going into the side. It's going to be all about how they execute from this point on. We've seen them on attack. Now we're going to see how well they fare on defense.
Flock's going to set up the Skylight drone right there to hopefully give him a little bit more intel into what's going on towards Office. Besides this, reaching open one of the walls. Going to leave it though, so just popping it open to give his team a little bit more room to play with. Some good intel going to be found right there, especially if that player doesn't move over the next few seconds, but he might have seen the drone. Yep, he did. He saw the drones outside, so he's going to go shoot those real quick. That'll remove him from that position and take out the possibility for a sneaky kill to come in from ZQWE.
A few shots coming in from Wimpy. He's not going to be able to connect, shooting a reinforced wall, of course, but it's pretty much all of ZQWE checking their corners, making sure that they're clearing out every area as possible. A little bit of aggressive play here on this balcony as well. But looking for the Yokai drone. I believe that's what he's doing currently. You still have an IQ in play. So attempt number, they're going to have to use them wisely. Minute and 39 seconds left to go yet. Nobody's died. Nobody's been shot at yet.
Might be being cautious of like a C4 toss-up or anything like that. Like,
maybe.
Fair, I've never seen anyone like proactively watch for a C4 toss. Either way, Subarctic is going to be able to find the opening pick here against Prompted. They're working to breach their way past into Archive Wall. And there's that Nitrous. Oh, man. Somehow just below the clearance. What an adjustment from Carlito. He keeps impressing us time and time again, man. Knocks out our ace player, Flock. The elimination of him, it's even once again into a 4v4. Jay going hunting through the soft walls, but again, not going to be able to find much.
A little bit of pre-fire here and there. It's not able to connect yet, but Subarctic's able to pick one up on Carlito, and the refrag is going to happen. Benji's on top, taking out Wimpy. Less than a minute left to go, yet more than enough time to make it happen, and IQ is doing her job, shooting out some cameras, hunting Yokai drones. This is where the site take is going to slowly take place now.
Smokes are going to get blocked off. This was their plan strategy to work in through North Balcony. ADS in the way. They'll move in. I think that's a Yokai they managed to take out right there. That or the ADS. Either way.
ADS,
yeah, it was ADS. So they'll move in, find that one. They still have their opportunity to go for the plant right now. Try to go for it on the ground, but the first Toxic Babe is going to get in the way of that. Second one even takes him out too. Laymon's going to take credit for that kill. Now we're down with 3v2. 20 seconds left to find the trade. Flack with another find as well. He's just Anthony in the fray. I know exactly where he is, too. Just took a fight a second ago. He's going to try to hop in. Doesn't really have the angle for this. So down he goes, and attempt number. Pick up the first round on their defense and are now one round away from tying this back up.
This was my worry. Subarctic pretty much ran straight to his death. He went to the default plant spot, and it was expected. They threw the toxic canisters out there. The Smoke was able to clear him out. But it was the pace that attempt number, put into the game. ZQWE, they were down the entire round. I didn't see anything strong from that at all. We've seen strong play when they were on defense, but like I said, it's playing into the known meta that attempt number is going to bring.
Right.
So
let's find out if attempt number is going to be able to continue to rebound. Still following the general trend here. They're going to head down to Vent Workshop following this. We'll see a 6-pick from Flack over to the Valkyrie to try and hide that, so they're going to abandon the Echo. Overall, Echo hasn't been a game changer for this one, so it's not going to be too much loss there.
I agree with it.
It's more of a very slight potential for something to happen. The Echo pick there, but Yokais have been hunted down quite relentlessly. Plus, he got an IQ in play ultimately, so
easy counter, so to say.
Yeah, pretty much. They'll be looking for that before they even think about executing, so it's a bit of a moot point to bring a Echo into the fray right now, as long as the IQ is finding an effective positioning in late round.
Carlito so far has been 10-2. That's insane.
I mean, Carlito's been quintessential to this team's comeback so far. Like, he, for at least one of these rounds, and potentially the second one as well, he pretty much put the team on his back for that one.
With the roster stuff that's been happening with this specific roster and this core, I would say so far, I mean, it would be pretty dumb to say that he's been a really good pickup. He fits right in. He's able to slay out, and he's actually a game changer. He's a difference maker with his roster. But a black eye being thrown towards CCTV and a kill hole, you're going to be able to peek through and pick up somebody that tries to peek in there. Flack is going to be patient and wait for the right moment. Yeah, Carlito's getting right up out of there. He has no business being in there at all.
Just needs to put those panels down, and then he's going to peace out. Still be holding over here by Archives, I believe. Rest of the team, big focus again on getting access to Office at the beginning of this one, not necessarily so much towards Armory. They're still going to have to take upstairs control since it's just the site directly below the one that was just attacked. And again, same. We talked a little bit about this at the beginning of the game, but if you weren't with us, it's very important to clear out any roamers that are holding above a site just because they can do so much damage on an attempt against an attempted push, and it's really just an issue you don't want to have to deal with. So.
Yeah, and intel being gathered by a temp right now is pretty valuable. I don't know if the IQ is... No, she was droning, so she has no idea that there's a post downstairs calling out numbers and locations. So with the black guys being in play and also post, I mean, the temp number, they know exactly where the attack is currently coming from. Now it's just a game of just clicking heads and... barely.
Oh, so close.
Barely. Wimpy just a little bit lower. He almost got the headshot. But with the shots coming in, that player is going to go ahead and retreat away to get somewhere safe. And the exothermic charge opening things up in the office. So now you're going to have a clear sight in the archives.
Or a scan actually finds Valkyrie downstairs, which is going to be good. It does give them a little bit more intel as to what's going on with those roamers. Still a minute and a half left. ZQWE not necessarily suffering from as much as the timing issues we saw a temp number suffer from on their half, but can still very easily change on this round. They've got the hatch open. Potential to jump down. They don't have anyone actually down here yet making a push, so Yej's just going to go right for it.
There's some aggressive play right here.
It's going to leap into Tellers. Joined by, I believe, another player from their team as well. I think it's the IQ moving in with them. Let's see if they can make this push. Good intel.
Yeah, Blossom go ahead and breach the floor a little soft destruction. Look down to the sights and have a player in the sights. He's able to get the down and cleans him up with the headshot. Prompted the pulse. He's been eliminated, which is going to be really big.
Second kill found by Flock as well. Already lining up double for himself. These are the first two kills of the round to happen at less than a minute left. So ZQWE is getting a godsend right now to find all these kills. But again, there's the main man himself, Carlito, coming back into it. Finds the trade onto Anthony, bringing us into a 3v4. Another one, this time from Benji. Evens us out. We've been in so many 3v3s this map.
Yeah, way too much. I wonder if Jay still has his smoke grenades. Yeah, he still has great utility, but also you have a Nitro Cell C4 on Valkyrie as well. With the diffuser currently going down, 3 seconds left to go. You're going to see a little aggressive push in. Flock, he's going to have Benji walk right into his aim of sights. And 2 straight kills come from Carlito. That's going to be at attempt number, picking up yet another round on defense.
Who found the impact kills again? Carlito.
Carlito's a man. He's an MVP lock right now. The game isn't even over.
Yeah.
They lose, he's still MVP.
Flock, though, again, starting things off pretty good with a double kill into sight. He pretty much, again, it's a tale of like 2 like really heavy fraggers right now. A little bit less so for ZQWE, but at least on a temp number, whew, man.
I would say that Flock isn't as consistent as Carlito, by the way. Flock still had the ace. He has some great plays. He's a factor in these matchups. But Carlito is always where the action is. And he's not utilizing the best operator when it comes to fragging either. It's literally just raw gun skill.
It's also been that way for like every single round they won too. So like you said, the consistency with him is a little bit more something they can rely on.
I love this Carlito guy. We've seen him in about 3 matches so far for USN, all different rosters. And he's always found a way to just make it to this point. But he wants to go to LAN. That's ultimately the goal here. 13-2.
As we said.
13-2.
The 2 is the crazy part of that.
Hey, Blue, who stands out here to you, man? My man, Carlito.
What is he, like, more than triple the next player on his team in terms of kills?
Makes no sense. Were the stats reset because of the rehost?
It should have been.
So that means that he's doing even better than we think he is. But for this stretch in particular, it's the bomb. Carlito,
since we rehosted, this guy is just dunking on everyone. So yeah, it is a little, it is a little deceiving, I guess, because you still have the early rounds missing from there. But those are rounds that temp number was like losing pretty one-handedly. So still a few trades in there. Just wasn't any highlight plays from anybody coming into those rounds. So
CGG, they got us handled for sure, I bet. But watch out for the run out. Jay's not gonna have anything coming his way, but picking up his drone, he's gonna move. Yeah, he's gonna go right down to the first level. A little bit of drone work to see where attempt are hiding. Few line of sights open up all throughout office. You have a prone player. It looks pretty funny on screen, by the way. Castle barricade, and there it goes. Hack drone. You gotta take your time when you know Mozzie's on field.
We need a sound effect when that happens.
Yes.
Like the yeet. No, you know, like I think it's from like Jeopardy, like the wrong sound effect. Where it's
Yes.
like, bum, 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 bum. And just play that whenever you get a drone stall.
Yeah, so
Let's make that an elite
we
skin.
need it.
Keep that in mind for Monsters Elite.
All right, drones are, yeah, the drone play is going to be just non-existent at this point. You have one being hacked, they're being shut out. So attempt number, they're basically watching their back when it comes to intel denial. They're making sure that, you know, it's not going to be easy for the Tower Cowboys. It's really strong on defense and a little bit of a bandit trick right here. That Benji's going to stay put, but the bandit trick is going to happen on the wrong wall. The Subarctic's going to drop down to the first floor, so even though the site was open, there's not going to be any challenge at all.
Lemon should still have a pretty decent angle against these guys, though, so they can still
does.
hold that angle pretty nicely. It's just someone's going to have to be committed to it for the rest of the round now. Besides that, minute and 20 seconds left. Again, ZQWE looking good on timing. It's just a matter of getting the execute. That's been the biggest blockade for them. Very similar to the issue that Attempt Number's been having, where like they're trading their way into sight, but then late round they kind of just fall apart.
Yeah, Lemon has a drone right by, I believe, Thatcher. Thatcher has no idea. He thinks that that's his drone because he doesn't see the light because the drone's facing away from him. So that intel has been gathered. I believe Thatcher's going to get ran on pretty soon. But yeah, the plan's going to go through.
Right in from the side.
No one's dead yet.
Do they even realize it's happening?
No.
Okay, well, no, they do now. Wimpy's going to be able to trade that frag out. However, Flock actually didn't even fully go down. He could still be rezzed back up. A lot of damage being taken on both sides here. Flock is going to get Flock. That's an interesting lineup. And speaking of lineups, Lemon is going to be able to get one against Anthony through the wall, but also peeks out a little bit too much, so he will get nearly traded. No confirmation on the kill just yet.
Valkyrie, she has a really cool little angle. Take a look at that. Wimpy picking up his 2K. Lemon now taking out the game. He was downed, and she put him out of his misery. But with the patience, it's not going to work out for Prompted. Jay is just going to roll right into the site. He strolled right on in and got the easy kill. And now down to 7 seconds left to go. It's going to be all up to ZQWE to make something happen. You have a player going down and Flak being a bit aggressive. But jumping down to the first floor, he's going to be right behind the player. But jumping in straight to his left, Flak is able to get the kill. Jay is down, and he's going to kill the diffuser. Great clutch, attempt number, winning number 9.
They let go.
Round number 9. Sorry,
they let go of the defuse plant too when he got that kill. I think if he had held it, he would have been able to get it down and then actually have a chance to turn around and get this kill. So that letting go of the defuse actually kills them in that situation.
It did. No, the fact that when he jumped into sight, he broke the glass, and it took Valkyrie so long to look to the right. It was like, hello, like turn on your headsets, man. And that was a huge 2K clutch out that round, and ZQE unable to get a win so far while they've been on attack.
Game of clutches so far here, man.
Yeah, but attempt number, like I said, them going on defense is going to really turn the tides of this matchup.
All right, well, ZQWE still trying to make their mark when it comes to this attacking side. They did great on the defense. We're absolutely destroying attempt.
They were amazing on defense. Their play style is something that we don't see often, and it worked. It worked. But unfortunately, they had a good lead going into halftime, and just attack wasn't their game. It's not their game right now. They still have a chance, by the way, being down just one round, but attempt number, they've made the most of it.
Seems as though it's definitely becoming the weak point for both of these teams. We'll have to see if ZQWE can get kind of over the hump here. And attempt number also had to get over later on in their own attacking half. Because otherwise, it's going to be a attempt number that'll bounce back. They've already got the lead in their favor, just 2 rounds away from closing out the map and the match now, since it is only a best of 1. So they're very, very close indeed to moving on to face off against either Rise or SSG.
All right, Prompted, he wants to run out. Okay. Taking his time, not able to see anybody just yet, but you have an ADS going down, and Prompted's going to be patient for the time being. No spawn peaks. Pretty unfortunate. I thought it was coming. But with that window being opened up, Flock, he pinged it. They know exactly where he is. But a little bit of drone work. They're going to be able to drone him out and cut out CCTV momentarily. But, oh no. Yeah, that's going to open up immediately.
Oh.
Okay, why? It's not barricaded, but it's working to attempt numbers favor.
Very rare thing you'll see this soft, but I mean, considering the amount of like crazy long-range duels these teams have been willing to take, it doesn't surprise me too much. Plus, like, look at the amount of intel that Flack can take safely. Unless someone pushes right below him, and they don't have a buck that can do that.
Yeah.
They don't really have anyone that would be able to move in and
I like this setup, man. The setup is really good. So they blew open a hole in that wall, soft destruction. They have a yokai drone right ahead of it. Carlito picking up yet another kill, by the way, going off this map. But yeah, the yokai drone sitting above it, and once Echo says, hey, there's a player coming up, you see the peak. And the peak comes and the instant headshot came, which got the first blood for attempt number. So now being down Jackal and Zofia, the slaying power is dwindling down from the Tower Cowboys.
He's going to move in here now through East Stairway. Start to work his way forward. Obviously, Gumai will get in the way of that a little bit, so he's going to take a second to get that thorn out of his side. The rest of the team not with him right now, so he's pushing solo, but that will probably change relatively soon. Oh man, I keep seeing people spam into this wall, get so close to lining up like massive damage, and then miss it by a couple inches there.
Did the Doc shoot the stem pistol at the soft wall? I believe I
think
saw
he did.
Yes, he did.
There was a silhouette, but I think it was his opponent. So.
Okay.
So he either just healed his opponent or shot the wall with the stim charge.
We'll see an instant replay, maybe.
He's dead anyway now, so it doesn't matter.
Now down under a minute left to go. ZQWE still looking to pick up their first win on attack. A little toxic gas in archives at the moment. Slow gameplay. You have a lot of time left, but you don't want to turtle it too much.
Both yokais still up at this point as well. A lot of droning going on for ZQWE. At least two working their way into Armory there to get intel. So that's going to make it kind of obvious for attempt number. They have to know that the assault is coming soon.
Oh no.
Especially because there's only 30 seconds left. Look at Benji though. Walton right up against these players. Oh, Walton a little bit too fast, unfortunately. He's going to get caught by Subarctic, who's now, kind of put the team on his back for this round. 3 kills already for this one. Plant going down by him as well, but the yokai's going to be, gets found out. However, Lemon able to work his way back in the main hallway. Knockout Subarctic still stops the plant. Beautiful headshot against Anthony to find the second. Wimpy, I don't even think Easter doesn't really have a shot at this. Completely out of position. Doesn't have control. Well, he got the diffuser back, but it doesn't matter. Lemon takes him out as well. And attempt number, bounce it back.
Mama, that's a bad man. Lemon, he put the team on, he put the round on his back. They weren't supposed to win that at all. When the yokai drone got shot out the sky, he said, hey, put out his SMG-11, was able to kill the diffuser, picked up 2 more kills after that. ZQWE down 4-6. It's going to be match point. This is it. Great play by Lemon, by the way. I wanted to yell the entire time you were casting. I didn't want to ruin the perfect play-by-play going on. But that was big. Great play. The yokai drone, like you said earlier on, it hasn't had a lot of effect, and that's why you see you saw both teams pretty much switch to Valkyrie once they realized, hey, we're not able to make a lot of plays with them. IQ was always in play, and both teams, you're going to have to give credit to them. The IQ has lasted towards the end of the round. So the yokai's been pretty much, like I said, a non-factor. And attempt number, they're going to look to go ahead and put this game away to face the winner between Rise Nation and Space Station Gaming.
Yeah, there's been very few standoff style rounds that we've had here where both teams are stuck in their own room and the attackers are just able to sneak off a plant. That's the situation where Echo becomes a win-win. But we haven't really seen that become the way this game's been played out. It's been very head-to-head in a lot of aspects. Both teams just kind of going at each other and willing to take pretty aggressive fights for the most part. A lot of defenders dying early round because they're trying to take some of these crazier fights, but at least for the time being, it's working out in attempt number's favor, so you can't really fault them for it.
All right, so it's going to be it. You're going to have perfect play coming from the Tower Cowboys. ZQWE, little black eyes going around. Gather some intel if needed. You have Jackal in play as well. Jackal hasn't had a big effect in this game other than just 1 round. I believe he's spent about 5 rounds so far, and he's only lasted towards the end or, towards a big gunfight towards the last 30 seconds. I would say once. But with him being here, his utility is always going to be important. You're going to have 2 smoke grenades, and with the ADS in play, you're going to have to be careful about that. Be cognizant where they are. But that's where the IQ comes in. The drone being shot out, and Yajay is slowly going to move in, and East Airs are immediately going to be taken over.
So ZQWE going with your traditional kind of archive style push right now. They're going to start to work their way in from this side over the next few seconds too. There's the softball getting opened up. Still being cautious of runouts, of course, just in case. We've already seen ZQWE attempt that a few times. Attempt number hasn't been so bold. They've been pretty restrained with their defensive half so far, at least in terms of trying anything like runouts.
All right, moving in closer, Subarctic. He seemed to have a lot of good rounds earlier on in the first half. He's stepping on the Gumai to slow his progress. Instant intel. Attempt number, they know exactly where he's at. He's going to have to be careful. but a little bit of slow gameplay. Now just under the 2-minute mark. You have the exothermic charge going off, and the C4 is going to be used to open up a rotation hole. Carlito moving in. It's going to be a player to his right, and he's able to see the gunfire and instantly takes out Flock.
Yeah, that's Carlito showing up big here. He's got the potential for a few more kills to pick up as well. He still can hold off the east stairs push and backs. Oh! Gets distracted, unfortunately, tries to stem himself back up, but he's a little bit too focused on that Claymore so that he can make the push against Wimpy. So Wimpy instead gets the pick on him. Let's trade it back out into a 4v4. The minute and 15 seconds left here now for ZQWE to make their push.
Say a pretty even trade Zofia for Doc. Looks pretty good for both sides. But now, pushing a minute and 5 seconds, like I said before, we need perfect gameplay coming from the attacking team with the drone coming in. Valkyrie's having a little bit of trouble shooting that drone, and while she's having issues, she's going to peek out. Flak out the game. ZQWE looking even better as time goes by. With a little Toxic Cloud slowing down the push. The hole that was currently opened up by Thermite. They're going to back up and inching towards bathroom. Lamon. He's going to see if he can pick up yet another huge 2K. He's able to do it, and on the flank, no, he misses the second player. But with the shotgun now, it's not going to matter. Anthony picks up the kill, denying Lamon of the really big 2K. But now it's going to be down to a 2v2.
Managed to stop the plant the first time. Time's going to be incredibly limited here now as well. Benji getting found out, however, leaves it all on. Just a one remaining member on attempt number to bring this back into their favor here. Whereas the plant, that's what we need to see happen. He actually runs to the complete other side, as unfortunately he's lost his Thatcher. Prompted, does he have an angle for this one? Oh, he does! And with that, is going to be able to knock out both the remaining players. That shuts it down, ladies and gentlemen. Jay even reading into that there at the last second, but not well enough, as he still goes down in the fight. So attempt number successfully rebound, bring themselves back into the match, and take it 7-4, putting them in our final matchup of the night.
ZQWE didn't win an attack round, did they?
Nope.
Oh, Carlito's the MVP. Shocker. He only went about 20-1. So
He only, you know, let's see the scoreboard. Oh, he's only 9 kills ahead of the next highest team.
Are these the total stats? CGG, we need you.
So it doesn't include the first, like, I guess like 3-ish rounds.
No, not at all. So
but to be fair, those weren't really impressive rounds for attempt number anyway. So
I don't even think they got kills those rounds.
They got I think like 6 or 7 kills over the course of those 3 rounds, but it was like really split up. There wasn't really any redeeming plays from over the course of those 3 rounds. So
the Cherry Blossom team, they win map number 1.
Yeah, the Japanese Cherry Blossoms or
attempt number
or
we have Benji in the finals again.
Cow Tire team. They're not making it, unfortunately. But
unfortunate. I really like that logo.
They won the logo game, just not the game.
I know. So it was weird, and I'm not gonna say I called it, but I called it. When we saw the different type of play style coming from defense when it came to the Cow Tire team, it was different. You don't see stuff like that every day. So attempt number, they had a problem when it came to attacking sites and getting rid of roamers, but once the sides flipped, that was all she wrote.
Yeah.
That was all she wrote. We saw gameplay that we were used to, and it was pretty methodical the way they picked apart this team. They ran through them.
I was really impressed with ZQWE, like all things given, with their defensive half. They obviously need to put in some work on that attacking side. We don't need to spend too much time talking about that because the same exact problem exists for attempt number, like their attacking side. Like attempt number started to bring it back towards the end. They realized their issues. They started to deal with roaming presence a little bit better. Their own drone presence got a lot better by the end of the first half.
I agree.
We didn't really see those same adjustments being made by ZQWE. It kind of just seemed like they kept trying to do the same general thing, and it never really worked, unfortunately.
And now attempt number, they're going to be in the driver's seat. They're going to be the first team to advance tonight in the best of 1, and now they're going to face the winners between Rise Nation and Space Station Gaming. So not only do they get a little break longer than, the team that wins the next matchup, but they'll be able to watch some VOD, pick up some habits, pick up some strategies, and maybe take them to a map that they feel comfortable giving them a challenge on.
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll be coming up a little bit later on tonight, folks. We've still got our second match that's going to be coming up after this as well. We can take a look at some highlights from this match, though, and there's quite a few of them, as this was an incredibly individually focused game with how much strategies were falling apart at the seams because of either aggression from the defenders or failure to clear roamers or things like that. So many clutch plays. This one, probably the most notable one of the match from Flock. He was able to pull off an ace against the members of attempt number, including a plant denial after a yokai drone had been killed. That was one of the first frags you saw on the highlight reel there. But
that looked like deja vu. He got the same kill twice in a row. They tried to jump through the window. But yeah, great individual play. Flock had the beautiful ace, and we saw a lot of great clutches. This game had a lot of clutches, a lot of 1vx's, and attempt number, they just came out on top with it. They brought it. But Carlito definitely the standout, obviously. They didn't have an answer to him at all.
But he just never stopped. That was the other thing. Like, he constantly was there. I think in pretty much every round he at least got one kill. And because of that, you know, was never like a net negative to the team in any sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Such a smooth kill from Jay, by the way, that one right there.
I want to see Doc stem pistol the wall. If they pick that up for a replay, I'm going to hug everybody in production.
Don't know if that one made the cutting room floor, but we'll see. We're not at the end yet. I don't think we passed yet because it was like on like the last round or two. So
yeah, but
it's been a while to go.
The matchups in USN, they've always been a treat. Seeing teams like ZQWE, I want to see him back again, man. Bringing that playstyle that we didn't expect and that slow walk into the shot. That was
such an unfortunate angle. Yeah,
right?
It just walked right into a headshot box, basically.
It's like, be very quiet. Him pop.
I didn't even really have to right click on that one. Could have just.
He could have slapped him.
Could have sprayed and prayed. Probably got that.
This was crazy.
Such a good kill.
Yes, I don't know how this happened, but Flack, you're a god. You're a god. But yeah, early attempt. Early diffuser plant attempts coming from attempt earlier on in the game was pretty interesting to me, especially with most of the players being alive from ZQWE when they were on defense. That was always a head scratcher to me, but hey, attempt number, they came out on top. ZQWE, hopefully they learn from this. Losing isn't, you know, the end-all be-all. You watch the VOD and guess what? You can play again this upcoming weekend for free. This was unfortunate. I wanted Lamon to get that double kill.
Would have been sweet if he got like the 180 M590 pick, right?
Yes.
Would have changed the outcome of the round for sure, but not the case. So we do end it 7-4 at the end of the day. And ZQW will have to make another run this Saturday. We're going to see them once again, which I hope we do. Like I said, you know, the big takeaway from this match for them shouldn't be we had a great lead and we blew it. The takeaway should be we had a great defensive half. We really need to work on our attacking side. We've got an interview ready with our winners, however, so we're going to throw it over to Veli and a guest here who's going to be joining us from the winning team.
I think it's going to be Flack. Is it? Yes, Flack, yeah. What's going on, man? How you feel?
I'm feeling great, man. It's really good that we got that comeback.
Yes. So, Flack, I have an honest question. Be genuine about it, okay? Don't pull any punches. But when you guys played on attack and they were on defense, we saw a lot of looks that we're not used to seeing, especially at a high level of play, and it was extremely effective. How difficult was it to go against that type of matchup?
So, I mean, honestly speaking, they had a lot more in-depth defensive shots than we expected them to have. They were, I mean, when you look at them, they're a very aggressive team. They've been in CCS a long time. A lot of them are just really aggressive players, so we expected it to be more of a bloodbath. Yeah. And so when they had these like pretty intense developed strats, we were kind of thrown off by that, and it threw us off in the fact that we were misjoning, miscommunicating. We were just kind of rallied up by it. But we knew that if we could get a couple attacks in, get to defense, I mean, I think we have better players on our team, technically speaking. So if we got to defense, we knew we could pull through it.
All right, so this is the time where you gas up your teammate like none other,
oh,
okay?
Yeah.
So you already know who I'm talking about.
Well, Carlito. No, like, for real. Throughout, I've been on the team with Carlito in the past. We split after CL Quals last time, but now we have him back. And honestly, he's a lifesaver when it comes to ranked style teams. He knows how to get picks. He knows how to do sneaky stuff. He's a gunner, and no one can get him, man. He has everyone's number.
All right, so this next matchup is going to be extremely difficult, but you know what? You guys, you've been here before. You're going to go against the winner of Space Station Gaming and Rise Nation. If you had to pick a team that you would want to play against the most because of, hey, maybe it might be easier, maybe you really want to show the world that you can beat these level of teams, who would it be? Oh, man. Took a deep breath.
It's hard. I love playing against SSG. We've played against them multiple times, even in competitive scenarios. We have our loss records to them is worse than our win records. But I haven't been able to play Rise yet since my competitive career personally. So I'd love to be able to play against Factor, and Traken is on that team now. He's a very good gunner. So I'd like the experience to play them, but I think overall we'll probably be seeing SSG, and I'd really like to prove that we can beat them.
Hey, the story of USN lately has been the story of upsets. We saw what happened with Parallax. They went ahead and won last time. I cast with blue. But with that being said, I want to thank you so much for doing this interview. Any last words you want to say to the viewers out there?
Yeah, thank you guys for supporting us. I know that everybody was looking at us weird when we dropped Carlito in the first place, but trust us, he's back now and he's gunning. So hopefully we'll keep doing well and perform for you guys. Thank you all.
Flack, it's always a pleasure, man. I'll see you hopefully after the next game.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
All right, take it easy.
Thanks, bud.
All right. You know what I love, man? So when I first did my first interview for Rainbow Six Siege, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to ask. And I was like, how do you feel about winning? And they were like, yeah, it's a stupid question, but I'll answer it. I'll help you out, Belly. And the more and more I get used to this, man, I love the players. I love the players in the scene. They're so happy and passionate when it comes to getting this land spot. And it's been such a beautiful story so far for every single team along this journey in USN. But the next match is coming up, so I'm guessing we'll go to commercial.
Not just yet. It's time to talk about our MVPs from the matchup first, and mine is going to be pretty straightforward. Exactly as you'd expect. Carlito, right? I was going to go with Flock.
Yes.
For that ace, but then Carlito turned it up, as we can see here.
That's not fair.
16 and 8 was his overall stat line, which again, big shout out to the folks at Siege.gg for providing this stuff to us. They're helping us out here at USN, so be sure to go ahead and check them out. At a 78% cost, which essentially is like how effective you are in any given round, so he was 78% effective overall. Not the best entry record, but that wasn't where we saw him shine. It was more in the clutch late round situations that he really showed up.
Yes, my MVP, because we can't choose the same player, because I would choose Carlito a million times. Whew! It's going to be my man, Layman. Let's take a look at Layman. So I didn't pick Layman because of his stats. And, yeah, so we don't have him because it doesn't matter right now. I picked Layman because on that roster, he was really big when it came to clutches. He was an opportunist. Whenever he had the chance, he was able to get clutches, able to get 2Ks. And even when he whiffed, there we go, 6 and 8. But you know what? That's fine. I don't care about that. Even when he whiffed that 1v2 over near bathroom, it still opened things up for his teammates. Like I said, he opened up doors for his teammates to come in and be successful, and that's what's important to me as a teammate. Stats don't tell the full story, and that's that.
Yeah, very good. All right, guys, so that is going to close out this matchup for us. We do want to invite you to be sticking with us, of course. We still got 2 more matchups to come, and the next one, probably the one you guys are looking forward to tonight. It's going to be Rise Nation going up against SSG, so stick with us. We're going to be heading to a quick break. When we come back, it's time for our second match and see who is going to be joining the winners of